Yeah.
And it will happen if I just do this. 16, 14. Okay, that's correct. Okay, we're recording. And now I count it down, and then we do this read here. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but this is how we do it. We read the read. And it all starts in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, I can't breathe because there be paint all up in my nose.
What is that on the wall?
Check out those toes.
Blow up that lava, son.
Coors keeps old dude alive.
I did not order this underwear.
It's just you in Vegas at the CBS the other time.
I did not
Yeah.
have sex with that underwear.
Tom's Tech Time and Reccomentals and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Look, Bud, what's the idea? I live in a shack in Pottersfield. My wife ran away 3 years ago and took the kid, and I ain't never seen you before in my life, see?
Now you belong to Mars. Ho, ho, ho.
The Morning Stream. That's my safety word.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. This is The Morning Stream for Wednesday, December 12th, 2018. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Nibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hi, welcome to the 12th day of Christmas.
Yay! What do we give today? 2 milkers milking, 4
right, exactly.
pickers picking, 8 monkey feet. I don't know how that song goes.
Good.
Yeah, good, because you don't like it.
Because we don't need to sing any more of it.
Yeah. You know, you're simply having a wonderful Christmas time or whatever the hell it is. Came on the Christmas playlist that we were doing while we were doing flooring. And somebody in there, I'm not going to call him out, but somebody in there liked it. And I just about had words, just about had fisticuffs. Forget about religion, forget about politics, forget about all that. The thing that just about divided a family asunder was whether or not that song's any good.
Somebody's trolling. One of your family members is trolling.
Well, that's what I thought.
Nobody likes that song.
No. I mean, they're not supposed to. Someone in the chat's going to pipe up.
McCartney, her last words, her final words. By the way, Paul, that song is shit.
Yeah. Paul, one more thing before I drift off. That song is...
She wasn't British.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't. I wish she was, though, because it'd be better for her to say shite.
Heir to the Kodak Empire, if I remember correctly.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't go so well for him in the end, but I bet there was money and a good trust for her.
Her real name was Linda Eastman, and she was part of the whole Eastman Kodak family.
Oh, I didn't know that. Shows what I know. Like the Beatles. Like,
whatever you do, don't marry a one-legged woman.
Paul.
And that song was garbage. And I'm vegan.
I also think you're dead. Every time. I don't think you ever lived.
I do love the fact that we just can't help but give Linda McCartney
I can't help it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
A British accent.
Like, I know she's not British. I've always known that, but I feel like I've always known that. Maybe I didn't know that. Maybe I've gone back and forth, because she was on The Simpsons once and she didn't have an accent there, so I don't know why I'm doing this, but there it is. I did it. Never marry a one-legged woman is already a title suggestion. Well done, Icor. We'll see how that goes. Or Icor. Icar? Anyway. Icar? Icor? What's he go by?
I think it's Icor. I think we've been pronouncing it Icar, because I think of Icar like the that poison, fell, smoky substance you see all over the place in World of Warcraft and stuff like that, but it's really pronounced Icor.
Okay, so it is Icor, like where Radar would call and say,
right,
Sparky,
right.
Sparky.
Get me Icor on the phone, Sparky.
Sparky, we're all out of tampons and wrenches. Can you get those coming? Okay, thanks, Sparky. That's always what he did. He's always getting tampons and wrenches.
Jackalope actually says that's Icar, spelled I-C-H-O-R. Well, I know. There's not really a word spelled I-K-C-O-R, so I'm kind of assuming that it's a it's a word that we don't know, but we're pronouncing it the way we do.
Right. We're doing what we do. We're just it's a fluid language. Leave us alone. All right, so here's the deal. We're painting yesterday, doing some floorboards, or not floorboards, what do you call it? Baseboards. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Like
the baseboards, the ones that go around in the corners.
Yeah, they kind of trim your house, you know? You got you there on the floor there.
Did you do a floating? You're doing your floor is a floating floor, right? It's a floating floor?
I don't know if it is. Is it? I don't know. We didn't glue it down, if that's what that means. Is that what that means?
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So if you had enough strength to do it, you could actually slide the entire floor around.
Oh, right. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, we've done it with very little.
Keeps it from buckling, basically. If there's any shifting or any movement in the house, a floating floor keeps it from buckling.
Right. Now, the nice thing is we gave it, I mean, there's always a little space, maybe 3/4 of an inch. That'd be half an inch, wouldn't it?
That'd be half an inch.
So there's maybe 1/4 of an inch to half an inch or something of space between it and the walls, and then the trim we got or the floorboards we got are just longer than that, so they fit perfectly over it. It all looks very seamless. And I did a badass OCD level blue tape paint, masking it off for painting job. You should see. I put a picture up on Twitter. It is like mathematically perfect, and I got so into it. I was in the zone. I was just like, perfect. It was just perfect. And then we painted, and then we thought, all right, we'll let this dry, and that means we can go do something else. And went in the other room, helping Kim with something. I come back out, and I see the dog trotting up to me. Rainer comes trotting up to me, and she looks at me, and I notice, oh, she's like breathing through her mouth. What's this about? And I get a little closer, and I notice she has gone up to one of the baseboards and mushed her nose on it so hard that she's plugged her nose up with at least enough paint that she's not even breathing through her nose right now. So she's got like paint here.
She did
in
like
her nose.
the ultimate huffing. She's like super huffing paint.
Yeah, huffing paint. Oh, I love her website, the Huffing Paint Post.
Ariana Huffing Paint.
Listen, darling. I have many liberal things to say on my paper and my website.
So many colors right now. Look at I can see all the movements of my hand right now when I wave it back and forth.
A stone.
The trails. Do you see trails behind my hand, darling?
Because I see them. I will put them all on the Huffington Post today.
Quick, come up with some stupid puns for hands and trails.
This is
and
what
put 5 of them in the headline.
This is what I pay you for. Now write a stupid headline. Yeah. So anyway, she's got her nose all plugged up with paint, and it's just acrylic. It's not going to hurt her. It's not, it's not
lead.
Oil or lead based. Yeah,
Sure.
It's just water based paint, and so it was fine. And I got it out of there, and she was okay. But that was kind of a bummer. But now I'm happy to report kitchen, main living room space, with the exception of a couple of corners because we. Still has a couple things Steve has to do to him, which I guess he's doing at lunch today or something. Anyway, then we're almost done with that part of the house. Wow. Then we got the hall, kids' bedrooms, our bedroom, bathroom, and then we're done.
Boy, you really are like taking the whole level, like basically doing the entire level. I thought you were doing 2 or 3 rooms.
No,
You're doing
upper level. We got such a good deal on this stuff. We bought enough for the entire upper floor. And the only parts we're not doing is the bathrooms are already tiled. They have tile in there, and the tile's perfectly good. We're not worried about that. So we'll go up and stop at the tile of the main bathroom, and then our little bathroom. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and the little laundry space has tile as well. So that's all good. But everywhere else, hardwood, and it all looks amazing. And I'm super stoked, but I'm also super tired. And I hurt my back last night because I lifted a giant box full of luxury vinyl. And it hurts now.
Lift with your legs, not with your back.
I lifted with my penis.
Testicle?
Yeah. Well, maybe that was the problem. I should have lifted with my testicle.
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw that once on something. Where did I see that? Somebody lifted something with their wiener. Oh, I know what it was.
It's probably. I mean, it's one of these Japanese. One of these Japanese game shows, right? Yeah. Come on, it had to be.
I think it was. Actually, I think it was a British. Oh, it was that Carl Pilkington travels the world thing. It's on Netflix actually, but they make him go around and be very uncomfortable in like third world countries and stuff. And at one point he goes, I think it was India or something, and a dude who's out in the tourist areas, who's buck naked otherwise, wrapped his ween around like a big block or a log or something and carried it around or something like that. It was some kind of weird thing. I think
he had a string tied to it.
I think it was just his ween.
I don't think he wrapped it around like an elephant's trunk.
I think he did. I think he pulled his ween all around a thing. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Now I can't show this on the air.
Oh, please Google this guy.
Yeah, Indian guy with. Okay, this is going to be a bad search.
Yeah, this is great. Please make sure you have.
Oh no.
Search on.
Okay.
TP Andrew is backing up. He said he did. I thought it was a guy who just had like a string.
No.
The string tied to his ween, and he was lifting something with it.
I mean, there may have been a different one,
I feel sorry for the band Ween and poor Dean and Gene Ween and all the stuff that we're saying about.
Yeah. Oh, maybe Wild Boys was. Yeah, it's the same guy that was on Wild Boys. That's where I saw it. I've seen it twice. It is just his ween. I'm telling you, that's it. All right. Anyway, you don't want to see it. It's really awful. It's a horrible sight.
I guess in this case, I'm just going to believe you. I'm just going to take your word for it and say, okay.
Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate that. Speaking of
Mandela effect be damned.
Speaking of weens,
sure.
I just wanted to throw it out there. If the kid who did this is listening to the show, I doubt it. I mean, why would they? But I think some suburban dirtball out here went into the tunnels again and decided to. They're always going in there and spray painting stupid graffiti, and none of it's cool and none of it's artistic. It's just some freaking junior high white kid who's trying to be edgy. That's all it is.
Of course.
There is the biggest penis in that tunnel right now, and I mean huge, Brian. Like spans the entire length of the tunnel part, which is probably I don't know 25 feet or something. Just a giant spray painted ween.
I think if you were spray painting a wiener on the wall, and you have to move your feet, you're not just going like keeping your feet in one place and just doing a big wiener with the spray can. If you're doing it where you have to like walk along,
yeah, that's too much, right?
It's overkill. It's overkill. Yeah. You need to just be, because who's going to take all that in? Like, you never saw Da Vinci saying, "All right, I think I can make. I'm going to make this portrait massive."
Right. You got Michelangelo with his freaking Sistine Chapel.
Sistine Chapel. That doesn't count.
No.
You've got a whole area to cover.
Yeah, you got a ceiling to cover, and you got paid huge for that, and gold or frankincense or whatever they give you back then. I don't know what they gave you. Whatever he got paid for that. But that was a job. It was a commission. This is just some kid. And also, it's like 16 degrees at night. What are you doing in there in that tunnel where you're like, you know what I want to do on a freaking, let's see, what is today, Wednesday? You know what I want to do on a Tuesday night is go into this tunnel and make a 25-foot ween. It's stupid.
Yeah, right.
Come on,
what you need to do is check the Instas, because there's no way he didn't post a picture of his handiwork.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, maybe he one day will be a great artist, and I'm discounting his wiener as less than.
And he'll do 40-foot long portraits of people. I draw an IMAX.
What was that laugh at the end? Was it the hee? I like that.
That was me like underlining the fact that he's a kid. I draw an IMAX.
That's because
little Mickey Mouse in there.
Yeah. Oh, Goofy. All right, we're gonna talk about Brian's puzzle pint night.
Roofy or Goofy?
Goofy, not Roofy. Okay. Nobody roofies Goofy.
Okay.
If you roofie Goofy, you're in for you're really gonna get Goofy. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't roofie Goofy.
Space Mountain is where you're going. Last night we went to Puzzle Pint. This is an monthly deal. I've talked about it on the show a lot. As a matter of fact, I got an email from a listener last night who went for the first time last night as well out in Silicon Valley and loved it, had a great time, and we kind of traded feedback on the puzzle that kind of really stumped us. Jack Wolf wrote in and said, "Hey, thanks for telling us about Puzzle Pint. We're having such a blast with it. Went there and now we're completely hooked."
Nice.
So Jack, awesome. Glad to introduce you to that. Last night, so every night they have what's called a meta puzzle, where you use all the answers from all the previous questions, and they help you solve the fifth puzzle of the night. We had that, and then after that we had the meta puzzle, where all of the meta puzzles over the course of the year, all 12 months, use those answers to solve another puzzle, a 12 answer puzzle. Mind-blowing. It was really, really well done.
I like the term meta puzzle, by the way. That's a great term. Meta puzzle.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when you do it, it's like, oh, okay, this is totally a meta puzzle, because it encompasses all the other puzzles we've done tonight. But we totally overthought it. It was the Moores, Nikki and Clark and their daughter and me, and we totally overthought it. And kind of made it harder for ourselves by thinking that there was one extra level of cleverness that they had, and they were really just not being as clever.
That probably happens a lot, though, right? Aren't you always? You're always thinking, you guys trying to me, and then you overthink it.
Yeah,
you
totally do. Yeah, I mean, it's a very easy thing to do because you're looking. It's like, all right, okay, well, we figured out the first part of the puzzle. Now we have to figure out how we take all these answers we got and turn it into a 4-letter answer that fit down in the bottom of the puzzle. And the theme last night was Nightmare Before Christmas. So it was all Jack and Sally and Oogie Boogie and Lock, Shock, and Barrel and all that stuff. It was great. It was a really, really cool set of puzzles.
That's great.
And it took us a little bit longer because we kind of added one extra step that we didn't need to add, or we were trying to turn it into something that wasn't. But here's the cool thing.
Yeah.
Found this place on Colfax where they held the puzzle pint last night. They do it in a different location every month, different bar. This place was the Denver Game Lounge, and it's another tabletop gaming bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
This place is going to be perfect for a January Denver Tadpool meetup.
Ooh.
So we've even scheduled it as so. So January 26th, Saturday, January 26th, which is Australia Day, by the way. Happy Australia Day. January
Awesome.
26th.
I will celebrate Australia Day by watching Paul Hogan take a shower. Anyway.
It's not a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's going to be our location for the next meetup. Food was fantastic. I had a couple sliders.
Oh, I like a good pub style slider.
Yeah, it was within my points, so I'm all good.
Yeah.
And we're absolutely doing that in January. So
nice.
If you're a Denver Tadpooler and you're hearing the sound of my voice and you have not yet checked the Facebook page, by all means, go check it out. And that's what we're doing.
Nice. It sounds excellent. All right. Well, I was going to ask you one other thing about that. What was it? I forgot. It was about the place. It was
Denver Game Lounge, food, a lot of tabletop games.
Yeah.
All their tables. This is really cool. All their tables have your regular tabletop, right? And then a second layer underneath the tabletop where you can put your food and drinks and not have them in the way of rolling dice and stuff like that.
That's great.
It's like, this they've thought of it. You know, they've absolutely didn't just say, I get some IKEA tables and chairs and boom, we have a bar.
But you're still greasing it up. I mean, you can still, like, if you're eating a bunch of fries, you're still kind of going, okay, now where's my cards? Like, you're still being all greasy and gross.
Well,
but
you know, use a napkin for Pete's sake. Come on now.
I just know some of the fine folks who attend such things, and, you know, they're not as prone to whatever.
Right. That's why you want to go as soon as those places open.
Yeah.
not like a year and a half after they're open when the Monopoly cards are so greasy they're transparent.
Oh, so gross.
Like I can see right through Ventnor Avenue.
Oh, that reminds me, cards. My cards are shipping. People are getting them. I got some photos yesterday. It's people that got them. So if you got the Kickstarter cards, playing cards deal, or whatever stuff you ended up with, it's all coming. It's out the door. It's a massive, massive undertaking this time, it turns out, shipping-wise. But we got it. They're shipping. Many have shipped. They're going out in waves. So You're getting them soon. There should be an update on the Kickstarter. I'll make sure that's happened today or yesterday. I think it already did.
Yeah, I'm excited. I backed it, so I'm excited to get mine.
Yeehaw! So they're on their way. Watch for those. You'll be playing poker before you know it.
Ask for them by name.
Poker?
They're called cards.
I barely know her. All right. Babel Royale, what do you say?
Babel Royale with cheese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I was going to tell you. While I get in here, I'll tell you what I was going to tell you.
What's that?
Got a listener who's a big fitness dude who says, hey, you want to beat Brian at his game? And I went, oh, hey, what's going on here? He's giving me some tips that supposedly, in theory, and I've done a little research to see if it holds up, and according to what I've found, he might be right. There's a little trick I'm going to try. The idea is he thinks I can not lap you, but he thinks I can beat you to the goal. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. I just want to see if it works. So as of it starts yesterday.
Join Scott's gastric bypass surgery update.
I'm going to take you guys with me. We're going to live stream it. I'm going to put a little tiny ring this big around my stomach and never eat more than a spoonful of pudding for the rest of my life. That's the trick. No, that's not the trick. But I'll let you know as we go what the results are, and then maybe I'll tell you what it is. But let's see. We'll make a little fun competition.
I was gonna say everybody wins, right?
Yeah, nobody loses. Nobody loses, right?
By losing, we both win.
Yeah, by winning, we both win again.
Right.
All right. Here's this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Babel Royale, starring our friend, our neighbor to the south, that being Brian Dunaway. Hello, Brian Dunaway. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. Did I hear someone say something about pudding?
Yeah, you like some pudding? Do you like a little pudding in your life? How do you feel about pudding?
I love some pudding. Chocolate pudding is my favorite, but I will accept most forms of pudding as payment.
Will you eat the skin if it gets a skin on it? Will you eat the skin?
No, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
You freaks.
No,
I don't eat the skin. I like my pudding to be smooth and creamy, not chewy.
There was a period of my life where my brother would be the one that would be interested in the skin. So if we had pudding and somebody left one out or was in the fridge too long or whatever,
you're not gonna throw that skin away, are you?
My brother Matt would eat the skin. He thought that was really good. Yet he won't eat cake.
Eat that skin?
He won't eat cake. He won't eat pancakes, and he won't eat waffles. I know. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's jacked up. He's from Korea.
You just said three things that are all the same thing.
I agree with you.
just different forms.
Different
Cake,
forms. I completely agree with
waffle.
you. The pudding part may be a little different, but he was a weirdo, my brother. He's great. He's my favorite weirdo in the world, but he's a weirdo.
Isn't it funny that there's really not a lot of variance in pudding, right?
No.
Like if you say, all right, give me some chocolate pudding, whether somebody dumps a snack pack into a bowl or actually goes and gets a box of the Jell-O pudding mix and makes Jell-O pudding, you're not going to really be be able to tell the difference.
Right.
Except when somebody throws rice in it.
Yeah.
Then it becomes tapioca.
That's tapioca or rice pudding.
We used to have the most interesting pudding at a local pizza buffet. They always put the pudding on the salad bar. Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
And they always kept it on the outside, but then they kept the bacon bits on the inside. So inevitably, you would be eating pudding, and suddenly, bacon.
I will never eat pizza buffet pudding, ever. That sounds terrible.
It kind of does, yeah.
Ugh.
Is it worse though? Like if you reach in to get some bacon bits to put on your salad, and there's like a couple covered with chocolate pudding. I don't know which is worse.
It's not good, but you think bacon makes everything good.
Its own little island next to the buffet.
Yeah, like the dessert thing with the ice cream dispenser that's barely ice cream and all that. Put it over there.
Yeah.
That thing's always broke.
Yeah, that's
never
works.
That's like going to McDonald's after 7 and asking for a milkshake.
Yeah, no kidding. Actually, I'm going to say this tentatively, but I think something's happened recently. McDonald's, their milkshakes have gotten better. I don't know what happened, but something's better. Like a good strawberry shake there is actually decent now. So maybe somebody can tell us why. I don't know why.
A good start would be real ice cream.
Yeah, that'd be the trick, right? Maybe that's what they did. I don't know. That might have been what happened.
So I'm going to guess that this fitness guy who talked to you yesterday said, maybe stop getting the milkshake, Scott.
Yeah, actually, you'd be surprised. I'm going to hold this one for a bit until I see if it works. I'm going to be like you. I'm going to be a little stealthy at first.
Yes.
See if it actually produces anything within about a week, and then I'll come back hot and fiery and ready to roll.
Cool. Very good.
Hi, you're on the air. Who's this?
This is Clark from Denver.
Clark from Denver.
Really? Did I just see you last night, Clark, by chance?
This would be the same.
Oh, my gosh. He was at the Puzzle Pint deal?
He was,
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Well, if you didn't win there, you might win today. This is good. Hey, wait a minute, Clark. You gonna go to the meetup in January?
Oh yeah,
he's
the
one who put it on the calendar.
The list.
Oh, all right. Well, look at Clark. He's out there in front of it all. Who needs anything when you got Clark? Forget Brian. Who cares about Brian? Just make your meetup.
Exactly.
Brian might come to it. All right. Well, Clark, it's good to have you
here.
It's good
here, Brian Ibbett.
Yes. It's good to have you here, and of course, Brian is the best at doing this. I'm going to let him do it. He's going to explain the rules, what you could win, who you want to win, and who you think should start. Brian, take it away.
That's right. Clark, I'm going to give Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic, and they're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, they repeat an answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job, Clark, is to predict who's going to come out on top. How many times can I say your name, Clark, based on the topic? Today, you are playing for this massive prize package. It's been going on for days. Here's everything you're going to get in here. Let's go Evie, courtesy of Tanner Goodman. Phoenix Pearl Tea, courtesy of phoenixpearltea.com. Go check out phoenixpearltea.com online. Great stuff there. Far Cry 5, courtesy of Brandon Posey. Hidden Folks, courtesy of Wondering Lisa. And we're adding to the prize package Hue, the game Hue, courtesy of Miles Langley.
Oh, Hue is good. I have Hue.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like the color Hue, not.
It controls my lights.
Yeah,
it's
it's not a guy named Hue.
It's not a guy named Hugh.
No.
That's what you're playing for. Before they can start, here is their topic, and I changed it up at the last second because Scott said he couldn't remember the 12 days of Christmas. So,
no, good.
The 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, good.
I don't want to just know the thing. I want to know how many of that thing there are. So you don't think you can just get away with saying, I'm not even going to give an example here, but
I can remember more of this than yeah, we'll be okay. This is good. I like this.
He was fooling you.
Yeah, I may have been fooling you. I think we're good.
Rabid badgers. I need to know that there's 11 rabid badgers. Okay?
8 leopards.
Don't just give me
the pooping. Well, yeah, I got ideas. We got this. We're good.
Right. Okay. Right. So, Clark, knowing that, who do you think is going to win, first of all?
Brian.
Oh. Even after Scott's confidence there a second ago.
Who should go first?
We got this. We got this.
Go first.
Yep. And Scott goes first.
All right.
Scott goes first. Okay. Scott.
Wait. Before we start, just making sure this is the classic 12 Days of Christmas, not some kind of weird website you went to that has their own special list.
No, I'm not asking for the Bob and Doug McKenzie 12 Days of Christmas.
No, not the Redneck Days of Christmas, not the Muppets Christmas, which is
and a beer doesn't really rhyme, eh? All right, well let's do it. I'm going to start with the midway point and just give you your 5 golden rings.
Oh, good idea.
All right, good.
Because that's the part where
that's kind of where it is the kind of the pause, take a breath in, then we get in the next part. All right, good.
Go ahead, Dunham.
All right, I'm gonna go with the single a partridge in a pear tree.
It's a shitty gift to get at Christmas. Sorry.
It's a lot of work.
Well, at least you only get one of those, so that's positive.
That's true. 2 turtle doves.
Oh, what's a turtle dove? What is that?
Don't know. It's a bird. It's a bird that had sex with a turtle and something weird came out.
We get those here in Colorado. They look like doves, but they're not like stark white like doves are. A little bit off white.
All right.
Right.
Done away.
How about let's go to the I'm singing. What?
You're singing in your head. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I'm singing in my head. You want me to sing it out loud?
Well, I have to do it too.
Okay, so three French hens. We'll take it to the easy place.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll just go three French. Here we go.
Good choice, of course. 3 French hens.
8 maids of milking.
That's correct.
Yeah, I thought it was 9 for a second. I got really nervous.
Right.
It's funny because earlier in the show, that's when you went something milkers milking.
It's harder than you think because you have to go to the end of the song to really back through. Because,
right.
So let's see. 4 calling birds.
Correct.
Yeah.
4 columns of birds. No, that's not right.
No.
4 calling birds.
Yeah.
4 calling birds. I would have also accepted 4 collie birds because that's also the origination. Yeah, 4 collie birds.
Oh, another unholy union of canine and bird.
That's right. Exactly.
Wonderful. All right. Okay. Oh, now. Oh my gosh. What's wrong with me here? Hold on. Oh my gosh! You know all I can hear in my head is that guy from Sesame Street that falls down the steps and goes 7 cream cakes. All right, hold on. Oh my gosh, Scott!
You got this.
6 geese a laying.
Ooh, pulls it out of the fire.
Oh my
These are
gosh.
indeed a laying.
Oh.
Very good. Back to Brian.
Quiet.
That freaking hurt.
They all sound right though in your head.
Yeah, they totally do. They totally do.
Maybe there was only this many doing that thing. Or how about this thing? How about one that always gets me anyways? How about 10 Lords a Leaping.
And they
We don't have those guys anymore, do we?
No, nobody gets Lords Leaping for Christmas anymore.
No. Nobody gets that anymore.
Right.
Once Kohl's stopped selling them on Black Friday.
I know. They just haven't done as well. Once in a while you find them on eBay, but
5 Instapots.
got to go get yourself a Leaping Lord. All right, so okay, that was that 10 Lords of Leaping?
That was 10 Lords of Leaping.
11 priest molesting. Nope, that's not
That's it. Yeah.
Go with that.
Let me think here.
Yeah, sure. Go with that one.
Yeah. We've got 1 through 5. We have 6. You can't tell us what we're missing, can you?
Not in this case. I think it would make it too easy.
Yeah.
This is a case where a repeated answer is just as likely as a wrong answer.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I don't remember this. 12. Why can't I remember 12? It's the big finish.
Right.
Yeah.
12.
Actually,
Juniper Tree is
it's backwards, exactly. That's the big finish.
12.
12.
Hold on. Shut up. 12.
12 Misa dancing. 12 goats a milking. That's not right.
No, gosh dang it.
12 Rainers running.
Yeah, Rainer's running.
12 donuts.
With sprinkles.
I take my headphones off.
12 chocolate donuts.
I don't remember, but I'm just going to say it. 12 bakers baking.
Oh.
No,
That's
but
it?
that would be great,
Gosh,
wouldn't it?
dang it, dude. I can't think what 12 is. What is 12?
12 is drummers drumming.
Yeah, I was about to say the only other one I remember.
11 pipers piping, 9 ladies dancing, and 7 swans a swimming were the only ones you had left.
I thought I did swans. Oh, I did geese a
I
laying.
thought we did the ladies. Did we not do the ladies?
No, we didn't
You
do
did the maids of milking.
We did maids of milking,
Maids of
lords of
Milking.
leaping, and geese a laying. We did all those.
As
Gosh
a
dang
present,
it.
would you rather get the 9 ladies dancing or the 8 maids of milking? I mean, it's fun to watch 9 ladies dancing.
Do I get
Right.
You
cheese?
get milk.
Do I get cheese
from
out of the milkers as well? I get cheese and milk?
Well, only if you get 5 churners churning.
Oh, shoot. I'll trade the rings for the 5 churners. That's fine.
There you go.
So I got it wrong, but you are the winner.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
It's your lucky day, Clark. Clark, is your house
Whoa,
on fire, Clark? You're gonna win. You're gonna win all that stuff, and all you got to do is send Brian. Brian will share the email with me because I need to do it also for this Eevee here that I have, and I'll throw in some extra Frog Pants stuff for fun as well because I think you deserve this win. It was hard fought. I didn't actually. I really wanted someone to win this package, but I was gonna really try today to stick it to Dunaway.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
and
I
I was
couldn't do it.
surprised how much you knew because the way the setup was like, yes, God doesn't know these.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I'm with Ibit. I don't like that song except for the Bob and Doug version, so I'm
Right.
kind of like not into it. I kind of want to make my own version because it'd be fun to just do a stupid one.
It would be, yeah, exactly.
but,
GD says there was a Hallmark Christmas movie where someone got each of those things. If you watched it, you would know.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm sure Kim could fill me in on that because she's probably seen it.
Probably.
So Clark, all you
Big
gotta do is
thanks.
send an email to
Big thanks
Coverville.
also.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian. What?
Big thanks also to TMS Mashups, Jamie, for submitting this one. It's like, oh, I'm using this today for sure.
Oh, nice. Well done, Jamie, as always. So we're going to send that to you. All you got to do is send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com. We will hook you up, sir. Congratulations. Well done. And may you ever bask in the glory of your win. Dunaway, good job, man. You did it.
Yeah, I kind of had a primer, luckily. I was just listening this morning to John Denver's The Muppets.
Oh,
And, it's the same. It's the same song, even though they kind of goof around a little bit.
You know what? Sometimes I am in the mood for John Denver, and I don't know why. Is that weird?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
There's a John Denver song that's like, Daddy, please don't get drunk this Christmas.
Oh, geez. That's gnarly. I'm thinking
Followed
more,
up by
you know.
Grandma Got Remembered by a Reindeer was
I got the Grandma's Feather Bed song in my head sometimes. I got the Rocky Mountain High, whatever. I'm like into it, and I don't know why. I'm sort of into him, and I want some now. All right, hey, well done, Dunaway. Suck it, bite me, and go jump off a cliff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're hardcore here at the
No kidding. Jeez.
TMS Central, man. We're not messing around. We don't screw off. But we do the news. If I could find the damn intro. Here it is.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive, sensational summary of world and local events.
Today's news is brought to you by...
Brought to you by Coverville. It is our annual Christmas Coverville, where today we're going to be having, of course, covers of Christmas songs. Durr. You probably could have figured that out. But I'm using all the information from that survey yesterday about people's favorite and least favorite Christmas songs to compile the show. So you'll get covers of all of the favorites and actually some good covers of the ones you like the least. All this and more coming up at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, coverville.com/live or twitch.tv/coverville.
That sounds great. Check it out.
I just got a text from Tina, who's flying back today.
Oh, was she in Albuquerque again?
She's in New Mexico, yeah. She says, so the new plane is small and the overhead bins fit a backpack. So this lady has 3 carry-on items and one is huge. The gate agent tells her she will have to check the big one, and the lady goes off telling her how she's been flying for over 30 years and she's never had a problem before with what she was bringing on.
Oh, come on. I can't get on a plane with almost a normal one.
Right, exactly.
I don't believe that.
You'd never be able to come on with more than one carry-on item and a personal item.
Okay,
but,
maybe it's what she meant. Maybe she flew 30 years ago and they let her, and then she hasn't flown since.
Right, exactly.
So in her head,
where's my ashtray?
Yeah, where's my ashtray?
The armrest.
Don't you bring dinner, and isn't it free? Like, there's all these things. But why can't I smoke? I've been smoking for 30 years on a plane. Yeah, like F that lady.
Yeah.
Sounds bad. Out of context. Don't quote me on that. Brian, let's dive into the news, shall we? A woman in the news. We got a woman in the news. We like women. I like women. I love women. Some of the most important people in my life are women. Some of my best friends are women.
Some of my best friends are women.
Doesn't sound right. Anyway, a woman's toes look just like fingers, and the internet has lost it over them. So there's not a lot to say here except, check this out. A Taiwanese woman shared pictures of her finger-like toes that have now gone viral and sent the internet into a tailspin, says this article on braincharm.com. The original post, which appeared on a site called Dcard, was shared on the sites, then shared on Facebook, has racked up nearly 500 shares and 11,000 likes. It's not that much. Don't act like that's viral. That's not that much. Anyway.
No, I'm looking at the photo now, though.
It's freaky. Look at this, chat. Check this out.
Yeah. That top photo with the side view of her foot, no big deal. But then you look at that YouTube video.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. You know what? We're gonna see this in motion, chat. We're gonna watch it.
Oh, do they move?
I hope so.
J21 tube.
What is going on? Medicalalarmist.info? What is this? Okay, that ain't working. Let me try that again. That seemed like a spammy thing that just happened to me. Is that a YouTube video or somebody else's?
It's a YouTube video, but their site is J21Tube.
Because I clicked it. and this is
paging Dr. Freud.
All right, here it is.
Oh my God, she can fold her toes like one would do with their fingers, like where you cross your fingers over one another.
Look at that. Well, that's got to be some kind of genetic, like something went weird, some extra hand gene got stuck in the foot zone. I'm a medical scientist. I know these things. Oh, look at that. She can clasp them together like she's thinking like this. Wow.
Exactly.
All right. There you go. That's a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, can she do the church and steeple thing with the people? Can you do that?
I'm sure she can. She can do that thing, too, where you have the... You do the...
oh, yeah, with the moving side. Middle fingers, yeah.
Yeah.
I always like that one. Can she do the, my thumb's missing thing with her toes?
She probably can. Whoa, my big toe, where'd it go?
I made Nick
Tarantino just figured out his new movie.
I made Nick cry when he was 3 when I did that, when I pulled my thumb out.
Oh, really?
He thought I really did it. He was super grossed. He was super weirded out by, like, anything to do with like
body
surgery.
Magic?
Yeah, body magic, basically. Like if we had an old Wii game that was super cartoony, but it was, I think I've talked about this, but it was like a surgery game. You took the Wiimote and like sealed up wounds and took glass out, but it was way not gory. It was just like very cartoony. on purpose. But it was, this be very careful kind of game and all that. And he couldn't be in the room. He'd just freak him out. So I think that was a thing for a while. Now he loves horror movies. So
yeah, go figure.
Go figure.
Go figure.
All right, check this out. 101-year-old man, who credits Coors Light and having it all the time to his long life, got a bunch of free beer and a free brewery trip to Coors.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's in Colorado. Golden.
Lucky, that's right. I can smell Coors from my house on a good day.
Can you really? I was going to ask you. Can you smell that out there getting made?
Well, yeah, but not from my house. Actually, I can smell the chicken wing place. We have a Buffalo Wild Wings that's next door to the Coles, and I can smell that more often than I can smell Coors. But if you go a mile from my house, easily you can smell the hops and stuff from Coors.
Wow, that's pretty good. Well, this guy's doing better than Kirk Douglas is. He's 101 or 2 now, but barely moves. Like he can't talk. He's like sort of in a chair all the time. This guy's rocking it. He's a World War II Air Force vet, Andrew E. Slavonic, credited his afternoon beer intake for his long life, and he rang in the milestone stone with his birthday on December 1st, and then Miller Coors caught wind of his preferred brand, and they gave him a special delivery. The lager-loving vet was gifted a Coors Light emblazoned fridge stocked with the cans of the brew, along with branded shirts and hats. Even more thrilling, he and his son Bob, who's probably 70,
right? Yeah.
Were sent on a trip to the brand's brewery in Golden, Colorado, according to Fox News. It says, I think that this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bob told the station of his dad's birthday gift and newfound fame. He used to drink regular Coors, but switched over to Light over 15 years ago. Now he has one every day at 4 p.m. Coors Light every day, 4 p.m.
That's funny. I haven't been I've only been on the Coors tour, because it's a free tour and they give you beer at the end. I've only ever been on that tour once, and it was before I turned 21, so I didn't really even get the whole bonus of it, right?
No.
Like I did the tour and then didn't get the beer at the end.
Did you sing?
And it's like,
yeah,
a few miles away from my house.
Did you sing the Laverne and Shirley song while you were there?
Shamil Shamazel, yes. And I put my glove on a bottle and watched it go down the assembly line.
We're gonna make it. I don't know the words. They're in there somewhere.
You know what? The reason this guy's doing well, he's staying hydrated.
Sure. Is that what's happening?
Rocky Mountain spring water. Yep, exactly.
Sure. Why not?
And he's only having one a day, and
They still do that. They still get water from the spring water up there. That's still a thing.
I don't know if they really do. I mean, who'd be able to tell us is Old Man Frank's.
He works there, right? Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. What does he do? Do you know what he does? So
he puts his glove on the assembly line and watches it go down.
Great. Good job. Old Man
I don't know what he does there.
I'd be curious.
Yeah.
We should ask him.
My guess is paperwork. I'm imagining that he does paperwork.
Massive amounts of paperwork. Occasionally drinks a beer. Actually, I don't think
exactly.
I don't think he drinks. Does he drink? I don't think he drinks.
I think he does.
Oh, well, I know he's very churchy, but I don't know if he drinks. I don't know. You can be churchy and drink. I understand that, but
but
sometimes,
I know what you're saying.
Sometimes they're teetotalers, and I don't know if he is or not.
Right.
All right. Here's a story for you. Put this one in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay.
Scientists brew lava. They made their own lava. Speaking of brewing, and then they blow it up to better understand volcanoes. So what happens when lava and water meet? Explosive experiments with human-made lava are helping to answer this very important question. I know we've been all just losing sleep over it, so now we can answer this question. By cooking up 10-gallon batches of molten rock and injecting them with water, scientists are shedding light on the basic physics of lava-water interactions, which are common in nature but poorly understood. I've seen Joe versus the volcano, and I came out of there not understanding a damn thing about volcanoes. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I think I got all my volcano knowledge from that episode of the Brady Bunch where Peter created that volcano that messed up Marsha's shirt or something, broke her nose.
I have a vague memory of that. That's funny. That's really an episode, isn't it?
I know it didn't break her nose. It was a football that broke her nose, but yeah, it was a one of those add baking soda and vinegar and then it makes the lava overflow, but there was something else in there that just made it completely cover the backyard with mud and the windows and
You know what you can say about that episode? You can say this.
It's about Peter.
It's about Peter.
It is about Peter.
Yeah.
It's all about Peter, that episode.
Yeah, turns out. Anyway, the project, long-term ongoing study by the University of Buffalo. It's where all the Buffalo go for their higher education. It's great. They're very smart. They walk upright. They wear clothes. It's great. They're not furries, though. Anyway, published its results December 10th in the Journal of Geophysical Research, the JGR. Solid Earth is the name of it. Anyway, and they're learning stuff, and it's cool. And I thought it was cool. We got to have a little science on the show once in a while.
Totally. The fact that they're able to get it hot enough to, like, basically melt rock down into lava, that's crazy.
It's
that's
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah, that part, I guess, is the easy part. The hard part would be injecting water into the lava and then having the conditions so that it doesn't kill everybody within 100 feet. You know what I mean? Because that'll explode. That's dangerous stuff.
Yes, exactly.
I put cold water in a hot pan yesterday and thought we were all going to die.
And how do you inject something that hot? What do you use as an unmeltable injection tool?
Yeah. What kind of titanium unit do you have to jam in there?
I'm sure there'll be a documentary about this at some point that we can watch, and it'll be fascinating.
It'll be a recommendal for sure.
For sure.
Well, anyway, good luck. I'm happy to see. I mean, the buffalo at one point were an endangered species, but now they are smart. They're higher education. They're all getting their PhDs.
Thank goodness for those buffalo.
I agree. We're going to need them one day. Boy, we need them now more than ever.
The buffalo.
You know, they're not the giant bison-like creature we wanted, but they're the one we needed. Here's a story here about Art Basel. I don't know what Art Basel is. It's what is it? A thing? That's a place.
Oh, I thought that was somebody's name. Okay, Art Basel.
No, it's like a restaurant or I don't know, a hotel maybe. Anyway, it's not the important thing because the attendee there, wherever that is, was disgusted to find soiled underwear in his Uber Eats order. Ew!
Soiled, any underwear really. Here we go. It's an art fair staged annually in Basel, Switzerland, Miami Beach, Florida, and Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. Well, this one was in Miami, it looks like. Oh, yeah, there it is, because you went to the Miami hotel. I never heard of that. Seems like it's something you'd have heard of.
I've never heard of it either.
Okay. Well, that's what they're talking about. It says Uber Eats customer Leo. That's the only name they give him. Hold on, I have a clip of Leo. Let me just play it real quick here for you.
Man,
yeah.
What do you think he must have done during placing his order? Because you do it online. It's not even like you talk to somebody to insult. You have to do something like to just really spit in your food. That's chump change compared to just giving you some crap-filled underwear in your.
Yeah, it's awful. Makes me want to die. Check this out.
Scott Johnson's got quite the unit.
Hey, he was quoted as saying.
Perfect.
Anyway, where was I? Okay, here we go. So this underwear shows up in his food. Who thinks you're going to get delivered somebody's dirty underwear, unquote, he said to WPLG. He called the find disgusting, unhealthful, and potentially deadly.
Huh.
Really?
Potentially deadly. You're not going to get 8 bites in and then find the underwear. It's going to be pretty dang obvious that there's a giant piece of underwear on your food.
Yeah, why would you think I don't know why it'd be deadly ever. It's just gross. Anyway, Leo, who is visiting Miami for the Art Basel, however you say it, said he used the Uber Eats app to get food delivered from a nearby Japanese restaurant. Now I'm just in the mood for Faulty Towers. You've done it. Nice job.
I am too. Yeah.
I am in the mood for it, actually.
Always in the mood for
He went outside to meet the delivery driver. She ran away, which he thought was weird. Grabbed the food, and right when I got the food, she took off running, and I was like, well, that's kind of odd. They said the same thing twice. Just with different words. That's stupid. Anyway, what came next might explain why she was in such a hurry. He took his food to his room, pulled out what he thought was his napkin. He thought, I'm pulling out my napkin. It sure is fancy, he says. Bought it further.
I didn't realize Fruit of the Loom made napkins.
Yeah,
wow.
These are fancy. He says, from further inspection, he realized it was a thigh-length underwear that appeared to be stained with human poo. I don't like any of that. No. He immediately threw the underwear back in the bag and called Uber, the restaurant, and the police. Investigation
ongoing. Yeah. Uber refunded Leo's order. Oh, really? Is that Is that the solution, Uber? Just sorry about that. We'll give you your money back.
Yeah. It's going to be some good titles coming out of this, though. Boxers or briefs napkins, Uber Eats or Pooper Eats, Uber Undies.
Poober.
Yeah, Poober. Poober's pretty good.
They really need to give him Uber Eats for life or something, I think.
I agree, dude. Totally
just
agree.
for refunding your order. There's no way he's ever going to order from Uber Eats again unless they do something very drastic.
So you probably know this.
This is a big dark brown mark on there.
It's a big stain on their
Big
reputation.
dark brown smear on their impeccable record.
Yep. So so you probably know this trick. I'm sure everybody knows this trick. But what you do is you download like 5 of those apps for these, like DoorDash, Uber Eats,
Postmates,
whoever brings food. Okay.
Sure.
And you have them all in there, and then you check them. If you're like, oh, we're hungry, we don't want to go out, we want something to come in, and we don't want to make anything. You look at all the apps and see what promotions are going on. One of them will have free delivery for something. They all do.
Yes.
Every night.
Yes.
That is the way to live your life. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
That's a good way to do it. Tristan and I did that in Anaheim. That first night, we're flying in. It's like, well, we're going out to the Universal Studios thing, but let's just get something delivered to the hotel. This is the first year where we didn't get a car to drive around those first couple days before BlizzCon started. Yeah. So let's just get something delivered. Yeah. I didn't want to walk around with my plantar fasciitis or anything, and we ended up doing Red Robin from Postmates, I believe.
Yeah, did you get a free delivery night on it?
Free delivery because, yep, exactly. That was the way. It was that drive in the lift from the airport to the hotel. We downloaded all the apps and looked at them all to see which one had the food we wanted and the best deal and the best offer. And
yeah, sometimes it's free and sometimes it's just like, oh, it's only $1.50 tonight or whatever the deal is. You can always find one. Just be willing to try different apps and don't settle on one, and you got it made, man. And no one's gonna put underwear in your thing. This is a one-off weird deal. Like, how many thousands of people get stuff that night, and the one had some weird lady with an underwear problem. Like,
yeah, I mean that's the thing. You wonder because it's that one lady driver who did this, and you wonder what the deal is. Has she delivered to that that building before, and somebody pissed her off, and she's like, "Oh, I'll show them," or if it's if there was some confusion story like, well, I accidentally pooped my underwear and I had to stop at Ross Dress for Less and get another pair, and I decided I'd put the old pair back in the Ross Dress for Less bag, which is right next to the bag of
oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, now I'd love to know what she was thinking. Like, this story doesn't have anything about her being apprehended or telling the story. I got all kinds of narratives going on. I need to know the truth. Like, what the hell happened? But take your fancy napkin elsewhere. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom's Tech Time Reccomentals and a little something on the back end. Before that, though, music with Brian Ibbett.
That's right. Our indie in the middle is not indie at all today because Thorin pointed me to this annual thing that we like to do here at TMS and play the United State of Pop.
Nice.
Yes. Dear Simon and Belmont, once again, it's time to slay the pop music vampire with DJ Earworm's epic mashup, US Pop 18. While I can barely listen live anymore, miss you, Tadpool, I always catch an MP3 form on my commute. Hope you two had an awesome 2018, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Still love the show, though, signed Thorin. Well, Thorin.
Nice.
It's ironic that you provide the music that not being in the Tadpool, you're actually going to be able to hear.
Yeah, no kidding.
So this is the annual thing that DJ Earworm puts together. And this, as with every year, blows my mind that all these songs sound so much the same that you really can't tell where one ends and the next one begins. And I recognize Ellie Goulding. I recognize Bastille. After that, it's pretty much oral landscape or oral wallpaper. Try to say that very carefully. Oral wallpaper.
Moral. What? Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
So going out to Thorin, it's DJ Earworm. Here is the United State of Pop.
All right, we're marked and we're this.
Mark it
now.
And pat it and mark it with the B and stick it in the oven for Scotty and me.
Hey, look, mister. We serve hard drinks in here for men who want to get drunk fast, and we don't need any characters around to give the joint atmosphere. Is that clear?
Wow.
The morning stream. Looks like I pulled a Johnson.
All right, we're back, everybody.
That sounded like Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago, right there.
Oh, yeah, it did, didn't it, a little bit? Oh, yes. This guy, here, let's play him again. This dude here.
Hey, look, mister. We save hard drinks.
That guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Sound like George Costanza meets Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
He's from. That's actually dude. He plays Nick, the character Nick in It's a Wonderful Life, which I watched yesterday for Current Geek, and we had a great time. I really, really enjoyed the viewing of that movie. I didn't expect to because it's been a while, and I've seen it a ton when I was a kid. I didn't really think about it that much, and I thought, well, this is old, 1947. This isn't going to really hold up. It's going to be cheesy as hell and whatever, and sure, it has its moments, but that movie's like legit good. Like
it is really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have so easily been just about him seeing what life was like had he not been born, right?
Yeah, all the lead up, the stuff I hated as a kid is the stuff I appreciate now, because that lead up and the build up and the characterization is so good that by the time that happens at the end, it's only like the last quarter of the movie or something, or last 20 minutes of the film deals with his what would life be like without George, and that was really, it's just really good. It's really freaking good.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it in a while, I recommend it. And also, I'm going to say something kind of blasphemous. I said it on the show last night too. There have been 3 colorized versions of that. The first 2 are terrible. Don't watch those colorized versions. But the third effort is even approved by the Frank Capra family.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
that's the one I watched. Tom watched black and white. I watched color, so we could compare. They're both on Prime right now, and I wanted to, have that comparison. It's a really good transfer. It's actually very, very nice.
Is there only one colorized version on Prime, or
yes.
Do you have to kind of... Okay, good.
Yeah,
so
you don't have to dig through them. You just have the one.
Jeannie says, my husband and I cannot stand that movie. Jeannie, not a fan of It's a Wonderful Life.
Really? Why don't you like that movie? I got me all teary at the end and everything. I think maybe Jeannie's living in opposite land. She doesn't like anything that people like. She just doesn't like things. I don't know. I love it. It's fun. It's a good time. An angel did take me. I mean, it has some cheesy stuff in it, but I think it's a good time. I like it. Oh my.
And every movie shows it. Christmas Vacation, you get a clip of it. Gremlins, you get a clip of it. I think Elf, maybe you get a clip of it. I mean, there's so many movies that have clips of It's a Wonderful Life in them.
Yeah, and there is a lot of yelling in it, but that's how movies were in the 40s. I understand what people are saying, but I liked it. Also, George has a violent streak in that movie.
He does.
Yeah, it kind of goes off, man.
When George Bailey, it's when he's got his hair all nicely arranged that he's calm George Bailey.
Sure.
But then it's like when he gets like those bangs hanging down almost over his eyes. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and we figured
Crazy George Bailey.
We figured out the kid from the high school that opens up the giant swimming pool.
Yeah.
Is Alfalfa from the old
really?
Our Gang stuff. Yeah, I had no idea. Little Rascals and stuff. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that is crazy.
He died at like 31. I was reading about it. He got murdered. That was nasty.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Let's not dwell on that though. Instead, we'll dwell on this.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
The man I'm referring to is the one and only Tom Merritt. There's probably another Tom Merritt, but not that I know of.
There's actually several. Yeah. There's one who's an expert in martial arts. There's one I'm friends with actually in the UK, who's like a really smart professor type.
Oh, very nice.
None are as good as you.
No.
At what?
Well, reporting technology on Wednesday on TMS. How about that?
Aha! That.
In Totem, none are as good as you.
Sure.
None are good at totems.
Yeah, none are good at totems.
Exactly.
By the way, I did a
but I don't play that class.
My Google search is all Tom Merritt that I know all the time. If you do a Scott Johnson search, I'm always fighting with rugby coach from Australia. So let's see how that's going.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
Yeah. So right now,
I mean, because he plays rugby. He's
in more ways, yes.
At the moment, I'm still in top slot. But this will change. Sometimes it changes. Also, my search may vary from somebody else's.
This isn't the topic I was going to talk about, but when in the 90s, I would search for Tom Merritt. It would always be the martial arts representative, followed by the Tom Merritt mentioned in Edgar Lee Masters' Spoon River anthology.
Oh my gosh! Well,
I was never in the search result. So how times have changed.
Some quality company you're keeping there, though. Well, it is Tom Merritt's time. It's his time to shine. He's on the show. We were just talking about our good time yesterday on Current Geek and how much you and I both enjoyed that. I'm still sad Jeannie hates that movie. I just don't know why she doesn't like it.
I love everything about Jeannie. So it kind of causes a cognitive dissonance when she disagrees with me on something like that.
It cuts deep, that one.
How is this possible?
It's fine.
But of course, we respect.
Yeah, the fact that you don't like that, but you like all of those Hallmark Channel things, Jeannie, I don't get it. It feels like that should be right up your alley.
Maybe that is it, right?
Oh,
maybe that's her. Maybe that's what she wants you to believe.
No, it's not where I was going with that.
No, it's not what he meant.
It's all a ruse.
It's all a ruse.
Maybe that's her game.
Well, maybe this just
no,
proves
I was
it.
thinking like maybe if you like those Hallmark Channel movies, then you like It's a Wonderful Life less because you want the sweeter, nicer story.
Maybe, or maybe it proves that one is good and the other is terrible. Maybe. I'm just saying.
I think that's big of you to admit that your taste is terrible, Scott.
Yeah, exactly.
I can only speak for myself, and I'm really just teasing her. Well, Tom, I'm sure that the big table you set for the day of technology news has already got some little peekaboos going on. What's happening?
Oh yeah, it's a table rife with strife. Actually, there's lots of China stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
The hack on the Starwood Hotel database that's owned by Marriott.
Yeah.
There's now New York Times sources saying, "Oh, it was China. China did it." Which, okay, if it wasn't New York Times saying it, I wouldn't even pass it along. But
right.
I guess that's possible.
Sure.
There's also the CFO of Huawei got bail yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't been following that, she's was under arrest for extradition to the United States to face charges of fraud related to violation of sanctions on Iran. But what I want to talk about, Scott, and we were just talking about Bedford Falls and small towns.
Sure.
A little town called Charlton, Massachusetts. Residents of 1,300 people.
Oh, that's a very small town. Okay.
Now, the people of Charlton, Massachusetts, back in 2015, voted in favor of a temporary rise in property tax in order to fund $1.5 million to build municipal fiber in their town.
Oh, yeah. Getting the old broadband internet to the people.
Now, that's a lot of money, especially for a town that small.
Sure.
So Comcast, in their benevolence, came to the town and said, "Hey, folks, we hate to see you throwing away your money like this. How about instead of you spending $1.5 million over 20 years, you just spend $462,123 over 15 years, with maybe some interest on that. We'll build you a high-speed broadband network. It'll save you $1 million. What do you say, town of Charlemont?"
You sound like the monorail guy from The Simpsons.
I was gonna say, right?
Man.
So, penknife, my old friend.
The good people of Charlemont gathered together for a special town meeting on Thursday last.
Yeah.
And voted. 160 people showed up, so not the entire town by any stretch, but 160 residents showed up. 56% voted to reject Comcast's offering, saying,
"Wow,
yeah, no thanks."
Wow.
Yes, we would save money in the short term. Yes, we would save money on our property taxes in the short term. But in the long term, having the city own the network means that it will pay for itself. Because they're going to charge $75 a month for 15 megabit or for a high-speed service. Let me see if I can find that one. I didn't write that.
Plus, they'd own it. They don't have to be beholden to Comcast for the rest of eternity.
100% fiber to the home.
Yeah.
Town-owned and controlled, not profit, and no extra taxes and fees except government-mandated phone taxes as part of the operation of it.
Yeah, done. That's why. That's the way you want to go. Like, what's the other? The other option is, I mean, Comcast can still compete in the area if they want to. They can still say, "Hey,
sure,
we have."
They already do. They serve a few of the residents right now. Most of the town gets DSL from Verizon.
Yeah.
Comcast provides a service to part of it. They're still welcome to come in. Oh, unless the municipality pulls a Comcast. Comcast is among the companies that lobbies for municipal internet to be illegal in some states.
Yeah.
So I guess they could make Comcast illegal if they just wanted to be nasty about it, but it doesn't sound like they are.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm all for them doing this. If I was in a town of 1,300, I would vote for let's do it ourselves. Like that's a tight little community. It's not like a big city where it starts to feel like huge government. There's nothing you can do about anything. Your vote matters there. Like what you say and do and whatever, everybody knows everybody. I mean, at least that's the picture I have in my head of a small town like that. So yeah, do your own thing, man. Screw Comcast. Let them compete on their own, on your level. Do that.
Here's the other part of this story I find interesting. Charlemont is one of about 20 small towns in western Massachusetts working on broadband plans with Westfield Gas and Electric. So it's not like Charlemont has to suddenly become experts in rolling out network. Westfield Gas and Electric is working with the town to design the network, mapping of utility poles, fiber distribution, etc.
Yeah, and the point is they get to choose and decide and run and do and make. Like they're not. I mean, it'd be one thing if they approached Comcast and said, "Hey, let's strike a deal," and whether they struck one or not. I just like that they're in the position of the negotiating power and not this monolithic nightmare who makes it seem like it'll be awesome, but. I mean, whatever. But Comcast, I have Comcast. They've been fine for me. In fact, in Utah, they're generally liked because, for whatever reason, the infrastructure here has been good. People don't have a lot of outages. It's a good, strong choice for internet in the valley. But then there are places in this country where it's a complete nightmare, and then you have service nightmares, and you have all the other stuff happen. So they've kind of earned their reputation as being poopy. I'm with this town.
Yeah. They're going to get gigabit service for $79 a month with no caps.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I'd pay that. Oh, my gosh. Why don't you come out here? Hey, that town should become an ISP. I'll pay you for...
That's much cheaper than what I pay for my 400 megabit per second.
Oh, yeah. Same. I'm
not gigabit.
I'm paying outrageous amounts. But that's really good for that community. And for those that want Comcast out there, this probably will drive those prices down or at least make them more competitive. And... yeah, I'm all for this. That's great. So we'll talk about that and more today on the Daily Tech News Show. I'm on today, 2:30 Mountain Time, dailytechnewsshow.com for details on how you can watch it live or later if you want the podcast. It's a fantastic tech show. As far as I'm concerned, it's the only tech show. Take that, everybody else doing tech shows. Tom, anything else you'd like to say or mention before we go?
Yeah, anybody who's been following me doing these crazy tech shows over the years knows that I used to do one with Molly Wood called Buzz Out Loud. And after we both left CNET years down the road, we teamed up for a few years on a show called It's a Thing. It's been 5 years. 5 years?
Yeah.
It's been a while. 4 years, maybe.
4 years.
I don't know.
5 years.
It's been a long time since we did an episode of It's a Thing. So we're going to do one Thursday. It's a Thing is back. If you would like to join us, subscribe at patreon.com/itsAthing. We've got a Discord set up just like you got here on the Frog Pants Network, so you can join in and listen to us while we record. And we'll be putting it out also in a free public feed with ads if you would like to listen to it for free at itsathing.me. You can find the subscription link there. So yeah, Molly and I are going to be podcasting again. It's been too long.
That's amazing. I'm so excited about this. When I heard about it yesterday, I got super stoked. That's how I even know Tom. Like that's where it all connects. And to hear Molly, you think she'll rant occasionally? You might get a rant out of Molly.
You know, she has been known to do that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a good chance, like a high chance probability that there will be a topic that she feels passionate about, and then she will rant about it. And I say this being all coy and stupid, but it's some of my favorite stuff she does. It's super intense, bounce off Tom really well. Like you're going to be all reminded why that was one of the most dynamic duos of all time. Coming up Thursday. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take that, other tech shows. All right.
So if you want to catch the recording of it's not a tech show.
No, it's not.
If you want to catch the recording of the first episode, you got to become a Patreon by tomorrow afternoon. The plan is to record at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday, and then our producer Rich Straffolino will be putting it together and putting it out as soon as we can afterwards.
Yes, and this is Molly Wood, the tech reporter and pundit, not Molly Wood, the pornographic actor I found on Twitter.
Correct.
Yes. Just making sure we're not. I know Molly. I just want to make sure it's the right Molly.
It's a fight she's been fighting against for years.
Yes. So I'm here to help.
I'm sure she appreciates you bringing it up.
I'm here to help tug that rope today with her.
Careful.
Well, yeah, I should stop now. Tom Merritt, everybody, take it easy. We'll talk to you later. Ace Detect on Twitter. Okay. All right, Brian. Wally Wood is my favorite kind of wood. She's the best. She is awesome and
she
makes
is
me laugh.
Awesome. No, you'll get no argument from me.
She makes me laugh. I found a picture of me, her, and Veronica on Twit, and I thought, oh, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. No, it was 9.5 years ago. It was almost a decade ago. Doesn't make any sense how time goes anymore. I don't get it.
Wow.
All right. Recommentals. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Seems like a thing you'd like.
It does, and I was wrestling. I almost had 2. I'm going to save one of my 2 movies for the next time I don't have a movie. But you know, with everything going on, fall finales, winter finales, it's like great time to be watching Netflix and Hulu.
Oh, it couldn't be a better time. I agree.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassment of riches, folks. Speaking of which, let's embarrass ourselves with the rich sounds of this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nicole Spag to the thing. Hi, Nicole. To the show we're doing here. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, listen to that voice.
Ooh, someone's got a cold or a
so last week, no, I'm just sick. So last week I wasn't here. I said I had an appointment. I ended up getting really sick from a spicy taco.
Wow.
Look how far this taco has gone. This is the worst.
So I never eat spicy stuff, and I ate this stupid spicy taco, and I had heartburn for 4 days. And then I guess it lowered my immune system. That's what I'm going to choose to believe. And I was sick when I came out of it.
Oh, man. That sucks. You know why? You probably got it there. It's probably some doorknob there or something weird. That's what happens. You go into a hospital anymore, any kind of clinics, and you walk out with the gumbo. I had this exact thing, and it sucked, and I hated it, and I don't wish it on anyone, so I'm super sad you have it.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
It's weird because I'm not congested, like my nose, and I'm fine. It's all in my lungs.
Yeah. Well,
so
lung congestion is what you got.
Yeah.
What you don't want is Dunaway, or no, is it Dunaway? Who ended up getting? Oh, John Jagger ended up getting full bronchitis from the same thing, and that's the thing you don't want. So
how do you know when you have bronchitis?
It's usually because it's going way too long, and by that it would be like 3 weeks in. You're like, oh my gosh, this isn't getting any better, and then you go in, and they're like, oh yeah, you got bronchitis. Here's your meds, and then you're good after 7 days.
Okay. I'm always just so afraid, like, of waiting too long, or
I know. I do this.
Into pneumonia, or
I do this. I'm gonna get one of these days. I'm gonna get like some giant goiter on my neck and go, oh, that's weird. 2 weeks later, that's getting big. Oh well, whatever. That's weird. I'll wait too long. I'll go in. The doctor will go. I'll go. Oh, hello, Dr. Harrison. And he'll say, oh my gosh, get him into the ER as fast as possible. Right. He's nearly dead. Like that's how it's gonna go for me. That's how my dad died. He never went into the doctor. He hated doctors.
Yeah.
And so he never went in to get a checkup. Has this enlarged heart condition that no one knows about. Gives him a heart attack. He passes away. The doctor's like, well, if he'd have been in here 6 months earlier, we could have. This is totally treatable. Oh
God.
We're like, gosh, dang it, Dad.
Yeah.
Rah.
This is how hypochondriacs are created. By the way.
How WebMD got started.
Yeah, I shouldn't probably do that. Well, I hope you feel better. We'll have some fun though here in the next.
Yeah.
15
you got
minutes.
your Christmas movies. I got my Christmas movie.
Oh. I forgot we were doing Christmas
we did
movies.
say that, didn't we? That we would do a Christmas movie.
Why are we doing? Wait, I thought next week was Christmas movies because.
No, you said last week, and I missed, and I listened to last week's show. I'm like, okay, they recommended freaking documentary. I'm like, okay, so they must be saving it.
Oops.
They must be saving it for this week.
Well, I'm happy to report Nicole has brought a Christmas
up,
movie.
Nicole.
Yeah. Oh, I can't hear you. I guess Discord broke. Oh well, we'll just have to go on. So here's my thinking. Brian and I forgot about that. So here's what we'll do. Yeah. We'll do whatever you've got today if it's Christmassy, awesome. And then next week, we are committed next week to doing a Christmas recommendation.
All right. I'll find another Christmas movie next week.
Fair enough.
I'm just full of all that freaking Christmas cheer.
Yeah. And
can't you tell?
Yeah.
I'm just full of it.
Yeah. I'm not either. All we're breathing in here is like.
I'm sorry to the listener. I'm coughing.
No, listen to that, you guys. Feel for her.
I'm so sorry.
Feel for you. Oh, we feel for you. It's fine.
I sound worse than I feel. I mean,
someone out there though is like, oh, listen to that voice.
No, it's ASMR for somebody.
Is doing that.
You don't think? I'll bet you somebody thinks a coughing lady is ASMR for them. I'll bet you.
Oh, dude. Before we get into it, speaking of Christmas and ASMR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear where this goes.
All right.
if you go on Hulu right now, they have Christmas ASMR videos.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I saw this and I almost called Hulu's support line and said, "Is there a way for me to make this permanently never show up again on a browser in front of my face?" I almost did.
Somebody like eating
a gingerbread. One's eating a gingerbread house. Other one is like opening presents.
Amazon has it too, by the way, for some reason.
Yeah.
I think it's
Amazon
cool.
had those weird videos of like where you actually really watch a snowman melt, and it's like 3 hours of video. That you just
they did that last year. That was last year's set.
Yeah.
This year they're tapping into the whole ASMR thing.
Let me see if I can find it.
I'm kind of.
I'm gonna find it and play just a taste of it.
Last weekend we saw Ralph Breaks the Internet, and there's surprisingly ASMR in Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Are you sure it's Hulu? When I search for ASMR on Hulu, I get Spider-Man 2.
It's like hidden in the description.
Oh.
So it's called The Gathering. I think it's called The Gathering.
Gathering.
The Gathering.
So 2018, The Gathering. Okay, the movie The Gathering. Okay, I'm just gonna play. Let's just play a taste. Okay.
Because it made my dog start barking, so I had to turn it off.
All right, let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna hit play. Season streamings, library cheer. Okay, it's people drawing.
That's it right there. I mean, that's drawing.
Well, I kind of like that. I thought it'd be some whispery person.
No.
Okay,
it probably gets there eventually.
Oh yeah. That's totally what this is.
I got my bubbles. Stop it.
Oh, you getting bubbles from that?
Yeah.
Man, I want bubbles. I don't get them. Hold on.
I got my hair done the other day too, and I was just like, AMSR or ASMR.
From like the scissors cutting sound.
It's usually when you comb my hair with a comb.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Here it is. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to say that so weird and loud. There is, oh my gosh, Amazon Prime has tons of this.
Oh, do they?
Tons of it. Intimate Moments, ASMR gay web series. Let's see, ASMR 101, questions and answers.
Don't play that one.
No, I'm not going to play that.
I want people to understand. ASMR, for me, is nothing sexual. Like, it's not.
No,
like,
it's just head tingling.
Is kind of actually annoying.
It's a headgasm.
So,
is what that is. Here, okay, listen to this. This is somebody's hairbrush. I think there's something wrong with it. Ugh.
I find that there's certain things that trigger it, and then it's easier for other things that normally don't trigger it for me. It's weird. It's weird.
Chat room says, Jedi says, watch Gentle Whispering on YouTube. She doesn't always whisper. Well, then why is her name Gentle Whispering?
It'd be great if she whispers long enough for you to turn the volume way up on your computer, and then she starts yelling.
Yeah.
There's one of these season streamings on Hulu that is 45 minutes of Santa stuck in your chimney with his legs dangling out the bottom.
Clearly, we're not watching the right stuff right now.
I'm just warning you. If you make me laugh, I'm going to cough.
She's going to cough. She's got laugh cough. I had that laugh cough.
Sorry.
I still have it now.
Whatever
if you get me laughing real hard, I cough now. Still.
Whatever you do, just don't yell, Mark.
Yeah, don't.
No. I don't think I could.
Here's the person eating a gingerbread house, but they're off screen and they're just getting pieces of it and eating it.
Yeah, they put like the stuff in. They have like apple cider and they spoon the apple cider and then they break off a piece and then.
It's just basically like somebody set a camera on the table that's got the gingerbread house at a Christmas party, and you've got the music and the talking in the background.
This is a Hulu party they probably had, and they set up a camera. And
they're just ripping pieces off the house.
Yeah.
We found out Nick has what's that thing where you can't stand when people eat loud or do other stuff?
Oh, I can't stand eating.
Aphasia.
Aphasia, that's it.
I want to punch you in the face if you eat around me and I'm not eating.
That's Nick.
No, I'm sorry. No, not aphasia. That's the visualization.
Oh,
thing.
right.
It's
what was it? We talked about it on this show, didn't we?
We did with Wendy. That's why I was thinking
Frappuccino.
And there are some people that like to do they smack.
Or not a Fantasia, a Fantasia. That's the visualization thing. It was the other thing. It was the misophonia.
Misophonia. If you have misophonia, listen to this ad and content. You may be eligible for a freaking thing.
I can't listen to you guys eat on the show.
Well, who could really? Because honestly, it's gross. But Nick is losing it, and like he'll be at dinner, we're all eating or whatever, and if anybody's even remotely eating noisily, he'll just get this look on his face like he's about to explode. And I think
even
I can't listen to Daryl eat on this show.
Yeah. Oh, I can't either. Daryl's a rough one to listen to eat.
If Nick is eating, he can't handle it.
No,
because it gets better if I'm.
Oh, if he's eating, no. I don't think it bothers him. I mean, I don't know if it. You're saying do other people bother him while he's eating? You mean?
So he's not eating. Others are eating. That
annoys him.
Me.
Yes, that's what you're exactly right.
If we're all eating together, it's not as bad.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's definitely that. Because he's focused on other things, I guess.
Exactly. You hear yourself over at others.
And then I was looking at him and go, Nick,
I like to eat.
Okay. Let's get to it. Brian, you got a clip here for your recommental for today.
I do. And for the second week in a row, I'm doing a documentary. So how crazy is that?
Weird.
You'll know pretty quickly what this is about, but I don't know if you'll know what this documentary is.
Okay, here we go.
That's the lead up.
I'm going to click it.
It's the morning of the 26th.
The police were searching the house.
That's when they opened the door to the wine cellar and saw her covered in her favorite white blanket.
It was the biggest thing to happen to Boulder in a very long time.
My name's Hannah, and I'm auditioning for the role of JonBenet Ramsey.
Oh.
It's that
Do you know who killed JonBenet Ramsey?
It's that JonBenet Ramsey deal.
Oh, you got it. It's the JonBenet Ramsey deal.
Yeah.
It's the film is called Casting JonBenet.
Yeah.
And what they did is they put out a casting call for basically a JonBenet Ramsey documentary here in Colorado, in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got a bunch of Colorado-based actors in, but the thing is that they didn't know, those actors, is that this is the project's completely fictional, and the documentary is the film really that they're auditioning for, and they are auditioning for all the roles. It's crazy because a documentary usually educates you on the thing that it's about, and this is all the speculation of the people who are coming in, and it's great because they'll say, what do you know about the case? Well, I think Patsy Ramsey did it. I think the mom did it, and here's why. And everybody's got their opinions on it, and it is absolutely fascinating and bizarre. It's a really, really
it's one of the all-time unsolved mystery murder cases of all time.
It is, yeah.
And
the actors, you get so many different actors and viewpoints, and you kind of get this weird thing like, all right, who are these actors who are coming in? Well, I've done a bunch of different stage plays, You get one of the kids who plays her brother. Well, I auditioned for a Coors commercial and I didn't get it, and I auditioned for a such and such commercial, I didn't get it. It's really, really interesting. Yeah, unrelated things. This is about casting calls and uninformed opinions. And it's a fascinating, fascinating documentary.
All right.
It's almost like it took on a life of its own. Like
it absolutely did.
It became about people that weren't real,
Yes.
in
right.
most of the public's mind. But these are real people that, this poor family went through this awful thing.
Exactly.
Unless they did it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's the problem is nobody really knows. Like it's one of those. I mean, it's an awful case. It's about a little kid. I can't freaking stand that. But at the same time,
stuff.
Yeah, and then all that stuff's so weird. All those pageants, I don't get that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm curious about it. I saw it pop up somewhere. Was it Netflix? Is where you saw it?
It's Netflix. Yeah, it's been on Netflix. It actually came out a year ago, almost 2 years ago, January 2017 at Sundance, and then it's been on Netflix since April of last year. It's got an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 7.3 rating, I guess, on IMDb. It is fascinating, and it's not what am I looking for here? I mean, just the fact that it's all the speculation about the case It's not
not sensationalist, you're saying.
It's not sensationalist, yeah. Exactly.
Good, because I don't want that. I want good documentary, not poopy kind.
Yes.
So somebody brought up the balloon boy.
Yeah.
That happened. And I watched a really amazing analysis of the balloon boy fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy on YouTube called the Internet Historian, and he dug in to why he felt that the father, the balloon boy's father, was actually set up. And that...
Wow, really?
Yes. So if you really want to kind of dig into...
Do I trust a dude on the internet who does YouTube videos called the Internet Historian, though? Do I trust that?
I swear, it's really smart. He really kind of breaks it down. I was really interested to see on the because for the most part, everybody's like, oh, that dad was just looking for publicity and blah, blah, blah,
right.
blah, blah.
He knew about it a lot earlier on than he let on, that he, he knew the kid wasn't in there. And
And this is a case for, no, he really did think the boy was in there.
Interesting.
And here's basically the cops setting him up.
Interesting.
So I thought it was a different, interesting take on that whole balloon boy story. So did you look it up?
No,
Scott,
but I just noticed in the chat, unrelated thing says, Bubble Boy, also a great documentary with Jake Gyllenhaal. I forgot about that movie. Yeah. No, I'm going to check it out. I need for me to form an opinion, I got to learn more about who this internet historian is, because I don't trust YouTubers.
I'll send you a link.
I just don't trust YouTubers generally, because it's like, I always get this, like I'll make some comment on the show and someone will say, you're wrong and here's why, and they'll send me a link to some freaking wackadoo on YouTube as if that's proof.
Right.
So this internet historian guy, he actually will look at, so like DashCon. Do you remember DashCon, the big debacle with DashCon? It was supposed to be like this convention of, I can't remember what
it's not the dance, it's not the music festival thing
no, it was a convention that ended up with like just a ball pit and everybody got scammed, and like he broke down what happened with DashCon.
It was just a ball pit?
Yeah, it was really kind of crazy. A lot of people lost a lot of money.
I want to know about this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, his channel is great.
Yeah.
So he kind of breaks down that the whole debacle with, I think I found him because of that one convention was supposed to be all the rich kids going to that island.
Yeah, there's a documentary.
Fire.
Yeah, the fire festival.
He did a video on that. So
a real documentary is coming out about that in like a month or something. I'm excited about that.
You do a search for DashCon. It's like all these photos of just a little inflatable ball pit in a big empty warehouse.
Yeah.
I never even heard of this.
You've never heard of DashCon?
I've never heard of this either.
I want to know more about it. All right, I'll look up your internet expert man, and I'll talk to him.
Internet historian DashCon, and you'll get a good, because he breaks it down to actually researching the people that organized it, and he gets really kind of deep into how this all happened and the debacle that it created.
So DashCon was a fan convention catering primarily to users of the blogging service Tumblr with a peculiar emphasis on
that's
fandoms.
Right. They couldn't use TumblrCon.
Yeah.
So they called it DashCon.
July 11th, 2014 through the 13th that same month, 2014. Actually, I think that's the weekend we did Nertacular that year.
Might have been, yeah. All
right, I need to know more about that. All right, you got me then. And one of the first videos that comes up is Internet Historian. He may be he may be our guy. I'm going to check him out. I just am wary of YouTubers.
I'm putting the link to DashCon in the chat there. And then somebody was asking, well, what's Bubble Boy? Well, it was a big thing in, was it the 90s when that happened?
Yeah.
Early 2000, late 90s. Yeah. Basically, this guy had one of those silver weather balloons in his garage. It was inflated and it took off, and then he couldn't find his son, he claimed, and he thought his son had crawled inside it and basically was floating over Denver in this thing. And we all watched, gasping television for hours and hours that day as they tried to figure out how they were going to get this kid down from there.
DashCon is It's a warehouse with a ball pit. You weren't kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to 18 minutes ago, Scott.
I know. No. I know that. I'm not repeating. I heard what she said, but I'm like, I cannot believe how literal you meant that. Like,
yeah. It was
not
just
even a good ball
pit.
pit. It's like a 5-person ball pit.
No.
Yeah. And then somebody peed in the ball pit, and then it was like
Did it really? This is insane. I'll bet it was this guy. I'm looking at him right now. This guy in a ball pit.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
That's the weirdest thing. I thought you were exaggerating. You're not exaggerating.
I wish I was, but no. A lot of people lost a lot of money at this wannabe convention.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Where were the runners of the thing? Were they around? Were they? What happened? Okay, I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
The money. Basically the organizers spent the money.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any money to do really anything.
Welcome to 18 minutes ago. Chat room. I was just repeating it for irony's sake. Somebody call Jagged Little Pill, what's her name, and tell her that's irony. We got one for a song. It'll fit now. All right.
There you go.
Is it Jagged Little Pill? What is it, Brian? Jaggedest Pill? What is it?
Or Jagged Little Pill, yes.
Jagged Little Pill.
Now you got me.
Now you're doing it. Now you're saying bitterest.
So, this internet historian, I love the fact that he uses that old man meme dude face. Yeah.
And he's British, so I love listening to him too.
Ah, ASMR. We're back to that again.
Yeah, he talks about he goes into a number of things. There's the Balloon Boy. He even does a Leroy Jenkins behind the meme. He talks about just voting online, like Mountain Dew wants you to vote for blah blah blah, and how 4chan kind of ruins a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about the failure of Rainforest, which was a furry con. So it's just a lot of if you go there, you'll probably be lost for the day.
How can people do that to convention goers? It's like jacking up a convention sounds like the worst idea to me. I just cannot imagine.
Totally.
Why would you even do it? All right, well, we'll check those out. I guess it's my turn for a clip. Boy, we're really dragging this one out today.
We got sidetracked.
Here's mine. See if you guys can figure it out. Also a documentary, it turns out. I think this is 2 weeks in a row for me as well. So all documentaries all the time. Here you go.
What's so compelling about Vertigo? It is he's making a movie about what a director does, which is basically create these romantic illusions and makes you fall in love with it and then kills it twice. And it's what we do as directors. We create these beautiful women, these exciting, virile men. We get audiences involved in their stories and emotionally attached to them. And Hitchcock made a movie which is, it's so Brechtian. It's showing what we're doing as we're doing it.
Now, you might hear that and go, oh, it's a Hitchcock documentary.
Certainly seems like it, yeah.
Well, it's a trick thing I did today.
Is it a Jimmy Stewart documentary?
Nope, it is a Brian De Palma documentary. So Brian De Palma, still working today, makes movies, mostly not in the U.S. anymore, but he is famous for movies like Scarface and The Untouchables and a million other movies that you all know and may not have his name associated with, even terrible ones like 8mm, which was not a good movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brian De Palma, he's from that generation of George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. In fact, he and Spielberg were best friends forever and ever and ever. They're still friends, I assume. But they were all, film school together and hung out and whatever. They'd hang out with Martin Scorsese. They were all pals, all buddies. In fact, a lot of times one would pass on it, especially Scorsese. He would pass on a film, Scorsese would end up directing it, or Scorsese would pass on a movie that De Palma would end up directing. So those two are very similar in that way, whereas George and Spielberg were more kind of the general audience's stuff more, and these guys are a little bit more hardcore with all their gangster stories and stuff. Anyway, the whole documentary is called De Palma, and it is all about him and his films from a very young man all the way up till now, and the different fights he had in Hollywood and the problems he ran into and the kind of movies he wanted to make versus what he had to make, blah, blah, blah. If you are interested in just like film history and directors and film in general, I think it's a really good watch. It's not flashy. It's really just him. There's no narrator. It's just Brian De Palma telling you stories and then clips from movies he's talking about. But it's just him telling you stuff. And that's pretty much the movie. I was fascinated all the way through and found it really interesting. And I think other people will too. So that's my movie. It's on Netflix. I may even be a Netflix original. I'm not 100% sure on that. but it's called De Palma, and I thought it was great. So if you're a film nut,
I don't. No, it's not.
You should check it out.
It would say Netflix original. It doesn't.
Does it? Yeah, you're right. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Anyway,
you wanted it to be.
It turns out it doesn't matter much. Like this one about the Fire Festival coming out in January. It's still coming out in January, but Netflix just bought the rights like today. So,
gotcha.
So it's not like Netflix is spending years working on stuff. They buy this stuff and then put their name on it, is what they've been doing lately, especially these kinds of projects. But it's really good. And again, film buffs are going to be the ones that want to see this. And I liked it a lot. And I'd forgotten he made a comedy. It was that horrible Joe Piscopo comedy. Joe Piscopo was a cop. Who was I can't remember who the other guy was.
Oh, yeah. God, this sounds familiar.
And it sucks. But he talks about it. And it's interesting. He did talk about the movie, the once in a lifetime movie for him that he thinks very fondly about always is Untouchables. And he talks a lot about how that film was made. And I didn't know that Morricone, or whatever his name is, that did all the Italian spaghetti western soundtracks and did the Tarantino one recently and all that.
Ennio Morricone.
That guy. He did that soundtrack. I had no idea that that whole crazy cool like soundtrack that Untouchables had. Anyway.
Yeah.
He's really great. Yeah, we did film sack it. What was it called? No, it wasn't Dead Heat. Was it? Maybe it was Dead Heat. Anyway, it's good. Watch it. Nicole, what's yours? Did you send me a clip?
I did.
Oh.
You asked me to email it to you, so I emailed it to you.
Am I slow on the uptake here? Where did I didn't see it somehow. Why?
Unless you have a different email.
Let me check. No, I didn't change anything. It came and it's no, I don't.
I sent it at 9:30.
Oh, 9:30. That's why I was already on the show. I don't check my email during the show.
Like we check email while we're doing the show.
I do. I get bored.
You're totally fine. Yeah, when Brian makes me bored, I go, let's see what's going on in my email.
Yeah. Brian going on and on about something. I
don't know. Some music thing. All right, I'm going to play it. You ready? Here goes.
Yep.
No idea what this is, except that it's muted. Okay, there we go.
This is dedicated to Brian Dunaway.
Oh, it is? Okay, here we go.
Trampoline? Another pony? Fake IDs?
It's even better. This year, no more back and forth at Christmas. We're not doing the back and forth. Nope, I just said that.
Yay!
A together Christmas like a normal family. A together Christmas.
Hello? Grandpa Kurt?
My dad is going to scoff at everything we do. Your father hasn't met the new evolved Dusty. I mean, who wouldn't be impressed with you? Dear God. This is going to come off weird, Dusty, but he's beautiful.
Why don't you bring the car around?
I'm not the driver. I'm Brad.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
How is this?
Say hello to Will Ferrell's dad for me.
Yeah.
How is it? It's John Lithgow's Will Ferrell's dad, right?
Dunaway got on Twitter and was saying how much he liked it as a Christmas movie. I'm like, well, I need to watch this movie because I did not see the first one. The movie is called Daddy's Home 2.
Yeah.
Not the first one. I did not see the first one. So this is all around Christmas. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, Mel Gibson as Mark Wahlberg's father, John Lithgow as Will Ferrell's father. It has, who else is in it? Oh, John Cena shows up.
Oh, yeah, John Cena.
Linda Cardellini, I know, is in it.
Oh.
Who?
Linda Cardellini. I like her.
Oh, she's from Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yes. That's maybe her lesser role, but yes.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
always think her as Thelma.
Right.
I mean, she was Thelma.
She was pretty iconically her as well. Did a really good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
It was really, I watched it last night. It's actually a fun Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has a few scenes that remind me of Christmas Vacation. And they had kind of did that scene a little better than Christmas Vacation.
Oh, really?
You would know it if you watch it. So
does anyone say, "Clark, is your house on fire"?
No.
No? Okay.
Did you feel like because you didn't see the first one? I haven't seen either of them, but did you feel like because you hadn't seen the first one, you had any problem knowing the background, the history between?
No, you get the
two?
gist of who they are.
Mm.
And
I saw the preview for the first one. I think I pretty much know the whole movie.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's a little Christmas movie. I enjoyed it, and I just wanted to say thank you to Dunaway for recommending it. So it's playing on Hulu. I should mention that.
Oh yeah. It's Hulu, everybody. Write that one down. I'll watch this. Why not? It looks like silly, dumb fun to me.
It is. It's an easy ad. You know, if you have like a rotation of Christmas movies, this is an easy add to it. I really like John Lithgow as Will Ferrell's father.
Does Marky Mark take his shirt off? Do we get any shirtless Marky Mark in this?
No, I don't think he did.
Then no sale. Just kidding. I'll still watch it.
I don't think he did.
No mark for you.
Does Will Ferrell become uncomfortably less clothed in this film?
No,
okay.
I don't believe so.
So it's not one of those comedies where
he does wear like a woman's robe.
Oh, perfect.
A little, high on the leg for him.
Great.
But other than that,
are there hijinks at any point in the film?
That it's nothing but hijinks.
Okay. No low jinks.
Would you describe it as zany?
Yeah.
Zany. Yes, I would say it's a little zany.
Okay.
There's a scene with a snowblower machine thingy. And Christmas lights.
I know that I know Mel Gibson's kind of a Jew-hating jerk sometimes in real life, but I will never be able to not like his screen presence. I just like him on camera. I think it doesn't matter even how old he gets. It doesn't matter. It just, there's something about him. And it bums me out that he's a turd in real life and has all these like anti-Semitic views.
He's Riggs to me, man.
Yeah.
He'll always be Riggs to me.
He'll always be the maddest of the Maxes. I mean, I love watching him do stuff. I hate hearing about his stupid personal life and all the dumb stuff he says, which really bums me out. But yeah.
So when you heard in that clip, you heard Will Ferrell going, "Oh my gosh, she's beautiful," and like the whole scene of him, Mel Gibson coming down on the escalator, and Will Ferrell's like, I really want to be his friend, and like all these things.
Yeah,
so it's kind of funny.
I'm gonna watch it. This is one of those I'm gonna get. We're all into it right now, watching these Christmas things, and so why not this?
Add it to your Christmas rotation. It's a funny, sweet movie.
Okay.
About blended families.
Good. I like blended families, unless it's that one horror movie I watched, and that was not a fun time watching that family get blended. Hey, there you go then. Nicole Spag, I hope you feel better. I really do.
Me too. I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah, go take a nap. Later on, everybody follow her on Twitter, Nicole Spag, and she'll put these recommendals on there for you. And take it easy. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Okay.
Aw.
I know, right? Hey, we have this exciting thing coming up. I don't know what episode we're going to do it on, but Jamie put together some best of end of year mashups. One entirely for me and one entirely for you. And I have no idea I'm not listening to them because I want to hear them raw.
Right. You got to hear them live. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do that sometime before we're off for the year or off till 2019. I don't know what that'll be. Maybe between Christmas and New Year's, one of the episodes in there.
Yeah, because we've got
squeeze it in.
Most likely we'll have episodes on the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
that week.
And it should be great.
Most likely.
Yeah. They come out at night mostly.
Maybe we just do clip shows, right? We do the mashups, but then we also just go through the archives and pull out our favorite news stories.
There you go. There you do. And we'll debut our 12 Days of Christmas TMS style. It'll be all
We'll
good.
have awkward interstitials where we go, remember that time we talked about the guy who found a turd in his Uber Eats bag?
I mean, that's kind of the stuff we'd have to bring up, isn't it?
It totally would be, yeah.
So, yeah, it's all good.
The harp music.
Also, there was one other thing I was going to mention. What was it? I forgot. I don't remember. There's something else. Well, here's an email. How about that? I'll give you an email.
Let's do that. Let's totally do that.
Totally doing an email. This is from Natalie. And, it says Natalie, Allen, and the Cats. I saw them in concert. They were great.
They were good, yeah. You know, they reformed. The breakup when they all went solo was kind of but when they all reunited.
Their 90s period was a little weird, but glad to see they're back. Anyway, it says, hi there. I was listening to Skim the other day. That's the Scott and Kim show. Where you were talking about needing different Christmas songs to listen to this time of year. Have you turned into somafm.com by chance? Tuned in, not turned, tuned.
Sure, tuned.
I'm an idiot.
No, it looks like turned when you glance at that word.
Yeah,
I'll give
there's
you
something about that R and that N that are running weird. Anyway, You are all likely to know about this, but if not, enjoy. The Frisco channel really has a different mix and can be a little NSFW. That's not safe for wieners. I listen every year because I'm so bummed out about the corporate Christmas music gig. There are at least 4 Christmas sections, plus a variety of other music that I tune into throughout the year. They are listener supported as well. All the best to both of you, and have a great holiday season. Loyal listeners, Natalie Allen and the Cats. Well, Natalie Allen and the Cats, I don't have Soma FM. What do you have to do? Just subscribe to that or something?
No, you can listen free. And what's cool is when you, they used to have a good covers channel, or maybe even still do, that I listen to.
Yeah.
But when you add them, like if you go to somafm.com and you add the station you're interested in, it gives you an M3U file that then launches in iTunes and then plays through iTunes.
Oh, it's like anything will play that. M3U's
like a streaming, yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so here it is. Christmas in Frisco. I'm just going to tap it. I'm not going to play too much because we'll get in trouble here. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got something.
The one that runs a little NSFW. I can't imagine the NSFW stuff. Jeez.
Okay, there's a little bit of ooh, I like this already. Swing jazz, kind of. Okay, I'm in. I'm going to use this.
That's good. You picked a really good time to tune into it, I think.
Yeah. All right. Awesome recommendation. I've never used this. I didn't know this existed.
Yeah. Oh, the hundreds of channels, man.
Shows what I know. Filthy Elvis.
Over 30 channels.
There's a song in here
far
called...
less than hundreds, but over 30.
There's a song in here called Brown Christmas from Filthy Elvis. I don't want to know.
I would not listen to that one.
Joe Pesci with If It Doesn't Snow for Christmas. Or Tiny Tim's version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That one I know, yeah.
Donnie Marie Live, Christmas Medley 76.
I'm sure you get Wildman Fisher's I'm a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Probably get some Two Front Teeth bullcrap in here.
That's how the whole song goes.
It's my other song I hate in the Christmas is that Two Front Teeth song. I freaking hate it.
Yeah, a lot of people put that on their list. That's actually second in the worst list was All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth, and I have a cover of that people are probably going to enjoy.
Oh, nice. Well, we appreciate the recommendation. If you guys have your own or just whatever you want to say, you can send your emails to themorningstream@gmail.com or head on over to the website, frogpants.com/TMS. You'll find everything you need there. Ways to find us on Twitter, email, all that stuff, and show archives. Don't forget, our show is primarily funded by you. That's right, you the listener at patreon.com/TMS. Head on over there if you haven't already. Throw us a buck or whatever you can. And maybe go into the higher tiers and you get rad stuff in the mail. That's fun too. Go check that out. We're also going to do a little bit of an overhaul of the levels coming the new year. So in 2019, even more good reasons to be a patron. Not taking anything away from you. Just
so why not get in now and get ahead of the game?
That's right. Get ahead of the game. Get in now. Be a part of it. Catch the wave. That's patreon.com/TMS. All right, let's adjourn the meeting. Brian, will you please play us out with a song?
I will do exactly that. This one is going out to Troy Perez. Says, greetings, Scott, Brian, and fellow Tadpooligans. I'm wishing for lots of love, happiness, and peace this holiday season for our wonderful TMS community. I'm also wishing for a song to celebrate my birthday. Can you play a cover of A Pirate Looks at 40? And can we test the ship's phasers?
Oh, phasers, I can. Hold on a second. Here it is.
Let's test the ship's phasers.
There you go.
Very good. Love the show, though. Yavang in the chat room. P.S. My birthday is the 12/15, the 15th, so no show, but anytime around the middle of December would be great. Thanks. So, yes, happy birthday on Saturday, Troy, and enjoy this. The version that he likes is the one that I happen to pick. This is the cover that was done by Jack Johnson and Dave Matthews of A Pirate Looks at 40. Of course, originally by Jimmy Buffett. You know, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, or whatever he says. I just can't walk by.
You did that with so much excitement and gusto.
Exactly. I used to really like Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Back when I was going up every weekend to the lake and sailing, that was the soundtrack to those summers. And then I started dating a girl whose parents were parrot heads.
Oh,
Joanna, I'm not going to give her last name.
Yeah.
Joanna H., but her parents were parrot heads. And so whenever I would hang out with them, it was like I expect this kind of behavior when they're at a Jimmy Buffett concert, but constantly with the Hawaiian T-shirts and the tiki mugs and singing "Cheeseburger in Paradise" and oh my God, it was
too much.
Yeah, too much. Sorry, Joanna. That was it. This version comes from the iTunes Originals, Jack Johnson from 2004. It is A Pirate Looks at 40.
All right, here it is. We'll be back tomorrow. Come on back now. You hear? This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Nick feels like exploring.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of.